Okay, so we're starting a new cup project today. I don't really know how I'm going to finish this yet, but I did another Dollar Tree haul. I put the video up on the other channel, but I bought yet another one of these Main Street Wall Creations tile decals, and I have yet to actually put one of these on a tumbler, and part of the reason is they're just not quite big enough to actually fit on the tumbler. But I'm gonna put this on anyways, and then we're gonna figure out how to fill the rest of the cup. So, and these are pretty thick, so I'm hoping it'll just wrap nicely and chill. So I think what I'm going to do is just move that and really just roll it on my table, which is covered in blue glitter and is covering my thing. So I had a couple of different ideas in mind on finishing this, because if you were going to put a name or something, you could cover the gap that way. But because this is going to be like a ready to ship, I won't really be putting a name on it. I left it down a little bit so it can seal really well. I just thought this pattern on this one was so beautiful. You've seen me haul several of them, and like I said, I've just never gotten around to getting one on. But what I'm thinking is, I bought these, bought a huge package of these foil sheets from Amazon, and I have an assortment of colors, including a green, a gold, that's a pale pink, that won't work. I'm kind of like looking at the color next to my cup here, and some of them don't have a sticker, which is making it a little bit harder. But I really think this pink or this green would look pretty cool on here. So I'm thinking about doing like the rim down in the green and filling the rest with the pink. But I'm gonna let this sit overnight first, I think, to firm up. Make sure it's gonna stick and not like completely peel up, because if it completely lifts off the cup, I'll obviously have to come up with a plan B. But I think those two colors should match fairly well. I don't know if I want green or gold at the bottom though. I feel like the green might end up gaudy, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the gold leafing. So, like I said, I'm gonna let this just chill overnight. Make sure I still have a seal tomorrow, and because I feel like it might lift, especially where it puckers just ever so slightly at the bottom. Like it does have little folds. So, we'll see. I will be back tomorrow to use Tacket to get these applied. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'm not terribly surprised, but one side of this lifted, which I kind of thought it might do. So I'm not going to do the bottom yet. I'm going to take my Tacket and run some under here and do this section first, and hopefully that will hold that down as well. So we'll see. I'm actually surprised it didn't peel further, so I'm just gonna push my brush in as far under as I can reach. And push that back down. I don't know if the tacket will be strong enough to hold it even. Maybe not. Just wiping the tacket back off the outer edge. So I may need to get a stronger adhesive to put under there. I think I'm going to I'm going to try first maybe taping this edge and letting it sit for a little bit and see if it'll hold. I don't know. So I'm going to grab some painter's tape. I think in the future, if I do one of these, I mean, I'm going to because I have several of them, I might use a spray adhesive to hold it down. Like peel the whole thing, spray the backside, and then let it sit. So hopefully that'll hold securely for now. And we'll be back to see in a bit. Okay, so this is mostly tacked down now, so I think I'm alright. I hope. I did run my line of tacket already. Sorry, I was watching a show on my phone and didn't want to stop. Sorry. But I just brushed it on, and it's been drying for plenty long enough now. So, don't put that away. I'm going to need it again. I'm going to get my pink sheets. And there's a ton of each color. I'm not sure how many sheets exactly. I don't remember, sorry. Oh, I do love delicate things. So, it's not really a front or a back to these, to be honest. I'm thinking actually I could cut them into strips to get quicker maximum coverage. Probably could have just cut them in half, to be honest. Half probably would have been fine. So I'm just gonna flip that over on there and rub it down a little bit. So I'm probably only going to need, these are like a pad, Probably only going to need 1.5. No, they're not. They're not stuck together. Probably only going to need not quite 1.5 sheets. And I've just got a stiff stencil brush, likely from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to try and move that extra where I need more coverage. But I'm just going to burnish it down pretty well. And I am getting some stuck under here. Ooh, see, that's where that tacket was under there. It is lifting a little bit more on this edge than I would like. But these are quicker to apply than the flakes, because if you can get the sheet to stay fuller, obviously it stays fuller. But not really any less messy in the long run. And I do have a couple little spots that aren't going to cover. I only did 1 coat of Tacket. I really probably could have done 2. But I don't really want to go over the whole thing again. But if you do come up with spots that need a little bit better coverage, you can go back over them. I'm not going to worry about these little crackly lines where it looks kind of crazed. And I'm going to go over the bottom where I have a little excess with the, what I decided on, gold for the bottom. So, I'm not going to much worry about. It's a little bit of excess. It'll be fine. It'll cover. So, and even though the whole rim's not going to be pink, I think I am going to bring that all the way up to the top, just for consistency in that strip. And I got a little bit of Tacket clearly over on this edge. So, she's coming along. I think it's going to look cute. I'm going to go ahead and put the Tacket on the bottom now. I don't know why I didn't put the cup down first. It would have been easier. So just brush a layer on. Make sure you get this curve crease. And I'm going to have to carefully just ring around the bottom. And that was stupid because I forgot that I had intended to do that little corner of pink. So I'm going to have to be careful with that when I get there. I may actually just put a thin strip of pink on first and carry that pink all the way to the bottom there. Again, for consistency's sake. So, I'm going to let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes until that tacket is tacky dry, not dry dry. Tacket never really dry dries. Not wet, I meant. Right now it's wet, not tacky. And then I will be back to finish up the pink and do the gold. And we'll move on from there. Okay, let's see if we can't finish this one up. Oh, I didn't want to wreck that whole half a sheet, but it decided to slide on me. So, this piece we're going to put back over the top here. And then this piece, I'm going to try. Yeah, I'm going to try, all right. Try my patience. I'm trying to get it just exactly where I want, since now I have basically the entire cup sticky. There. I like that better, neatened up at the top. So this I don't want to push any further downwards, because that's where that gold is going in a second here. Okay, so the pink is complete. I don't want to set this on the paper towel. I'm going to bag these back up before I wreck them, and we will move on to the gold portion. Okay. I think that'll be a good match for that. So we're just gonna plunk it on there. And I do want to kind of get some of the pink out of here. All right. So I'm just going to start. Oh, that could have dried a little bit more, I see. I might have got a little heavy-handed with my tacket. But that's okay. There were like 350 sheets of this stuff for like 12 bucks. So if I have to use a second one, it's not the end of the world. I may just put a whole second sheet right on there because it does feel tacky. And then I'm going to go scrub the heck out of my hands before work. Because it's one thing to go to work with ink on my hands, but it's another thing to go to work gilded. Gold fingerprints. Sorry. Okay, so I really only have like one little spot there and a couple little bits around the rim. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. I didn't soak my brush yet, just in case I needed it. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry for a couple minutes and hopefully touch up those last couple spots. And I'm going to let this sit again overnight because I do feel like this is going to lift back up on me once again. And if it does, I want to be able to tack it back down. So I'm going to give it an overnight till sometime during the day tomorrow. Soak. Okay, so here I go, recording without recording. So I do already have the resin on this. I just mixed up 20 mLs. I'm just going to do a thin coat. I did get this tacked down to the point where I'm comfortable epoxying over it. I am going to pull my other tiles down if I can figure out where I've stashed them, because I do want to do another one of these. I think I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to do the background first, like the foil and stuff, depending on what I use. I'm going to do all of that first, do a thin coat of resin, and then actually glue the tile down in the first place. So I'm going to pull them out, see what I have. Like I think I have a blue one that would probably be best suited to going over like those patina inks I have or something. I know I have one that's a butterfly, and that I think I would do over foil. The butterfly I think is actually shaped like a butterfly. It's not a square. So I think I may actually do that one next. But I think that would be kind of neat. I do have to put a little heat to this because it's chilly. He's out there mowing when it's like 45. But, and I did move some of my foils. I was going to say I can't tell if it's the actual decal it's moving, but it's not. It's pink foil. So it's definitely from me. So there's a little bit of pink foil scattered like on a couple of the leaves, which actually looks kind of neat. I'm okay with that. But I do think, see, I got a little corner lift right there. Because this is the side I don't think I glued down. I'm not sure. I do think I'm going to come up with at some point some kind of mom decal or small phrase to put over the pink strip. I don't want just mom in the middle, I don't think. But I haven't really given it a lot of thought, so I just wanted to see if this would work on a cup. It's not something I've seen somebody put on a cup yet. I know I started buying the tiles to do this like a year ago and just haven't gotten to it, so I don't want to over torch because I don't want the adhesive on that tile to like just let go on me or anything. I don't think it would, but you never know. So I'm going to have some bubbles right along this edge, because this edge isn't as well sealed to begin with. But I'll watch them for a little bit and pop them, and it should be fine. So yeah, semi-successful. I'm going to bring you down and let you see it. I think it's absolutely stunning. This tile is just so pretty. If you're a crafter, this would look great in the back of a shadow box if you had one the right size. Even if you had to trim it down, it would be gorgeous. It's actually not doing too bad on that seam that pass around. I think it was just that one bubble of air, so that's good. But yeah, I think this tile in particular would be great for lots of things. I may have to pick some more up if they have any left next time I go. But there's that gold bottom. So that is it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much. If you could hit that subscribe and like button, I would very much appreciate it. That's what helps keep me visible in your feeds. So, thank you. Bye.